The Cuyahoga County Council regular meeting for Tuesday, January 25th, 2022 is now called to order. Andrea, would you please call the roll?
Good afternoon, everyone. It is now 5:12 p.m. And as a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Mr. Schron.
Here.
Ms. Conwell. Ms. Turner.
Present.
Ms. Stevens.
Present.
Ms. Simon.
Here.
Ms. Baker.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
Mr. Tuma.
Here.
Council President Jones.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Andrea. At this time, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Conwell is in attendance.
Excellent. All right. All right, well, first, welcome, everyone. This is our public comment time. We have quite a few visitors here today. In fact, Andrea, I think our official number was about 26 signed in for public comment.
Yes, and yes.
So at 3 minutes apiece, that's a good hour plus. But what we've done is Brother Norm Edwards is going to represent those 26, and he is going to speak for an additional 3 minutes, a total of 6 minutes. Council, a total of 6 minutes, and then we have two separately related public comments as well. Is that correct, Andrea?
We have a total of 3.
3, okay, all right. So at this time, Andrea, I'm going to have you invite each speaker up.
Norm Edwards.
Council President, Council, County Executive, good afternoon. Here today to speak on the Cuyahoga County Jail project. We understand that there has been a recommendation for the jail to be awarded to one contractor, and only one contractor submitted a proposal. I tell you what, I find that ludicrous, and I think it's a total embarrassment. And I've been in the construction business almost 50 years. And, you know, you look around, and I've talked to several contractors. There was a problem at the onset. Gilbane was going around saying that this was their job from the beginning 2 years ago, before anything was put together. So if we have the owner's rep working with one contractor to scare off the other contractors, there's a serious problem. I believe that there has been collusion, contract steering, fraud, okay, and bid rigging on this project that scared other bidders away. I've talked to at least 30 contractors that were interested in bidding this job, and they backed off of the job, said, why should they waste their time? You can spend a couple $100,000 putting a proposal together for this job. And the black community is better than being inmates over in the county jail. Now, we don't mind you spending our money, increasing taxes. County Executive Budish, I consider a good friend, and we talk. And this has to stop. The bleeding has to stop. I mean, it seriously has to stop. I've been over in the jail several times as an inmate in the past. It's not the worst of jails. I've been in Cook County Jail. I've been in jail in Florida. I've been in jail in Michigan, Cincinnati, Columbus, several other cities. This jail is really not a bad jail, and it could be renovated. It has heat in there. It has air conditioning, and you still get food. So it's a lot better than sleeping outside. So there is no rush at all. You've done all, the damage has been done over in the jail already. The damage is done. So you keep locking inmates up. There were 50 contractors that took out drawings for 6 bids in New York jails. they built 6 prisons, well, 6 jails in the different boroughs. And, you know, you bypass here coming from Washington, a contractor. They come from California. I mean, they're coming from all over. $600 million is not chump change. It's not chump change. So contractors are hungry. They want to go somewhere where they have a shot at obtaining a project, but they don't like wasting their time. If you're building a garage or you're building a house and I say it's $1 million, you're going to get some more numbers. You're not going with Norm Edwards' number of $1 million, because I'm going to pocket $500,000 on you. And you can get it done for $500,000. So do we want to give our money away? Absolutely not. We say absolutely not to the steering committee, absolutely not to Cuyahoga County Council, absolutely not to county executive. This project cannot go forward. It stinks. The smell of stench is horrible, is worse than being in the county jail. This is the stench that's going on. This has to stop. I'm tired of carjackings. I'm tired of the robberies. I'm tired of the murders, just like everybody on that board is. I don't know of one contractor up here today that has construction experience or that is a contractor or that has built a building. So other than to be frank, look, we don't want you to give away our money. These are our tax dollars. Our black tax dollars, we represent 30%, and we get kicked around the whole county. This has to stop. It has to stop. We're here today saying, tell the county steering committee, go back to the drawing board. You don't have a place, you don't have a site yet for the building. You don't have the money for the building. What is the rush? What's the rush? You guys are not inmates. You don't know what goes on in there. You read about it after something happens in there, but you're not worried about going there. You go home and that's it. If that building has to stay up another 5 years, the way it is now, it's okay. But just to give away $600,000 so somebody can make a couple $100 million off of us and laugh in another state, it makes no sense at all. None. Get on the phone and make some phone calls and start from zero. Save our tax dollars. Save our money. Don't let that man take that money outside of back to Rhode Island and laugh at the city of Cleveland, laughing at black people killing each other, laughing at the carjackings where everybody wants to blame us for everything, and then they want to deny us jobs. We got to fight for the jobs on top of that. It is a sad, sad society. Do not approve this project. Do not approve this project. Okay? If I have to leave from here, and I tell you this right now, I'm not showing all my cards. I'll go to the U.S. Attorney's office, and then I'll deal my whole hand. And I'm not a snitch. I'm telling it the way it is. Thank you.
Lou?
Good evening. I have to applaud virtually because my arms are not that good to applaud to the speech we just heard, because this is the same situation for homeless people who are already falling to homelessness, not necessarily because of their own fault. Unlike inmates, at least people will have the false impression all of them are criminals, which sometimes we know it's not true. All over the country, that's not true. Lots of people just cannot pay the bail, so they have to get stuck in there. So now you all have to receive the email. I replied. And from 2 weeks ago, Lou has spent some time to observe what happened, because one lady at YWCA was very nice to respond promptly. However, the situation actually has been about the same. when we went back that day from, I'm talking about Tuesday, January 11th, and finally I heard a staff member for the very first time calling Gina Calabrese's name correctly. In the past, she always called her Gina Calabrese for some strange reason. And also, the mail theft situation still happens, but at least right now, the good staff has a good reason to actually find people to get their mails, because not everybody's hours in the stay in the shelter is exactly the same. Lots of people have to hold down the jobs with odd hours. And I can see some efforts going, but not really enough to offset all the struggles people actually stay in the shelter to receive supposedly the service. And also, when we had a fire drill, that probably was a drill again. This time, at least the staff had to follow the protocol. But still, we cannot deny the problem is the electricity, the system has been ruined by whatever the renovation happened in the past. So if we don't really get the alarm, the signal, everything, and you want to write people up continuously like that, including myself last time, and that's still really wrong. So people actually going to the shelter, they will have more troubles than staying outside. And this is the reason why the outdoor homeless population has still been increasing. And of course, some of them also have to go to jail at some time because some other hiccups can happen when they're staying outside. So building a bigger jails just to house more people, that is not really the solution. And I do agree, we should really watch out our taxpayers' money. Maybe to apply on more of the health and human services, like you have been working on that a lot, Ms. Conwell, and maybe that's actually a better way to go than bigger jails. Thank you very much.
Erin Helms.
Good evening. My name is Erin Helms. I'm with the Briarmost Foundation, and I wanted to come to say thank you. We were awarded part of the grant funding for the capital projects for the component 3 from the diversion program, and all of the awardees have different practices of being able to support people with mental health and substance use disorders, and I really just wanted to say thank you.
Mark Weber.
Can you repeat your name?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Repeat your name.
My name is Mark Weber, and I'm the president of Cleveland Peace Action and also on the steering committee of Jewish Voice for Peace, Cleveland. I want to make a very brief statement on the county's purchase of Israel bonds. Almost 5 years ago, in June of 2017, I visited Israel, Palestine, and the West Bank for about 2 weeks. During this brief period, 6 unarmed Palestinian farmers were shot and killed. 4 were killed by the Israeli army, and 2 more were shot dead by right-wing Jewish settlers near the city of Hebron. At a checkpoint near Jerusalem, I witnessed 2 Israeli soldiers, big Israeli soldiers, hit an elderly Palestinian man several times in the face until the elderly man crumbled on the ground and was luckily rescued by 2 bystanders. But the Israeli soldiers were ready. They had their guns drawn. An elderly man, maybe 75 years old. I'm 75. Extrajudicial killings, the demolition of Palestinian homes, the seizure of Palestinian lands for even more illegal settlements, and the incarceration without trial of Palestinian youth. These are the hallmarks of Israel's occupation of the West Bank, an occupation which has lasted, 55 years. An entire generation of young Palestinians, they've known nothing else but life under Israeli military law and being at the mercy of the army and messianic settlers with machine guns. Palestinian families have few rights except those of a conquered people. They are treated in the same fashion as we have treated our own citizens of color here in the United States. When Cuyahoga County or the state of Ohio or any other entity buys Israel bonds, it is an acknowledgement that, yes, violence and exploitation occur.
Include your thoughts, sir. Your time.
I will. But gee, that's not our problem. Well, it is our problem. And we could make a symbolic gesture against this inhumanity by purchasing no more Israel bonds and turning a blind eye toward exploitation. Thank you very much.
Fred Barkley.
Yes, good afternoon, City Council, County Council. I think this is my first time speaking here after COVID, and I wasn't really sure what the totality of issues were going to be when I signed that paper to speak. But when I learned that one of the issues was going to be the county jail, that hit home personally with me. I don't know if all of you know me, but I've been filming here in Cleveland since 2016. I'm legally blind and I'm 59 years old. I'm a black male and I have a gift in media. And I was unfortunately moved into a crack house by my landlady. I'm not going to say who she is because the issue that I really have to talk about here is beyond our culture, because what happened to me regarding her is within our culture, but what happened to me when the police came to where I live based on a fake civil protection order. Let's start there. Your system is being abused. People are able to go down and take out protection orders, civil protection orders, without verifying any proof. I'm legally blind. Who am I a threat to? How could a civil protection order be taken out on me and then weaponized against me, where this individual went and began stealing my food, turning off the lights, and then calling the police, saying that I violated the protection order. Police came out 5 times. The 5th time, they caught him in the act of falsifying a 911 call and told him that if he does it again, he's going to jail. And the landlady was there. And that didn't deter him because he did it one more time, but this time he hit pay dirt because he was able to have 2 white racist officers, female officers, come to 9200 Edmonds Avenue in the Huff area, in the black area. And as soon as they saw me at 2 o'clock in the morning with my do-rag on, they pulled out their handcuffs on December 22nd, and I was on my way to jail. They humiliated me along the side of the house, stripping me like a buck slave because I had to urinate, and that's the only option that they gave me to pee. When I got to the jail, I spent 7 horrific nights and 6 horrific days in that county jail. And I'm the one that previously protested those conditions. You know, I almost lost my mind in that place. Do you know that when they first put you in that place, they put you in what they call a red zone area? Now, I'm talking actual experience now, because this is what I went through. I never got a phone call until 5 days after I was in there. You people need to do something about the nightmare of this city. And let's start with these racist cops first, and then let's start with that Cuyahoga County jail. I have no idea what this other person was talking about, that you guys have done an excellent job. You guys haven't done jack. And even the 26-year-old jailer down here said it's worse than ever before. It's worse before Amar and Buddhist, because you people can't put anybody in that jail administration position to lead it as a human being. That's what he told me. 26 years of experience as a jailer, and he was white. And that's what he said to me, a black inmate. He says, it's horrific in here. You don't have to tell me. I've been here 26 years. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Lastly, Dorothy Whalen. Wallen. Ms. Wallen, speak into the microphone, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for having me, County Council. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. However, I don't know what's going on with all of them. I'm just here because I know the Flamingo Foundation have a whole lot of buildings in the urban community of Cleveland, Ohio, and some of them are decaying. And we all know that the gun violence is over the total normal amount, especially youth. So I'm here to ask for this building that's being decayed, that's in the urban city community, that's in 9th Ward, I believe it's Kevin Conwell Ward, a ward that I grew up in, on East Boulevard and Superior Avenue, because we can use that. It has a full gym. Us in the community, it's a lot of us that's getting together. We could use that to bring a program for these youth to help fight this gun violence. I heard y'all up here talking about Destination Cleveland, which is a beautiful thing. I heard y'all talking about the new jail, which is a beautiful thing. I heard y'all talking about the new Sherman-Williams, that y'all gonna do the virtual. Y'all didn't talk about that, but I know the virtual event is on Friday at 12 noon for the Sherman-Williams new building that's gonna be across Public Square. So what I am begging, I'm not asking, I'm begging that y'all at least look into that building, because the Flamingo Foundation, y'all gave them properties in our urban city communities, and they're standing there literally rotten. They're like, we could use them, especially that church that's on the corner of East Boulevard and Superior Avenue. Can y'all just look into that? Because I know y'all deal with buildings and property. I was ready to come down, you know, to the offices and everything. I have a full plan. If anybody want to get with me to look at my plan that I have nurses that's ready to, that's want to train and put people into STNA classes. I have a boxer who want to come in and teach these youth boxing. I done got with Destination Cleveland. They want to have a meeting with us because it's all fine and dandy for y'all to build all these perfect things in Cleveland, but y'all, nothing's getting done in our urban communities. Nothing. Okay, I talked to Zachary. He told me to go to the Collinwood Rec Center. Hell, they shooting up the rec centers. So by me, you know, being a youth and been through life and know the experience about being on the streets in Cleveland, I feel and I know that I could help these youths. I'm the one who be out there in the streets putting up the Stop the Violence posters. If y'all go in any other stores, I got them from Detroit all the way down to Euclid, Ohio, putting up little small Stop the Violence posters and pictures up in the stores, because we got to get a hold to this gun violence. And, you know, I just want that building. You know, please help us. You know, we need the help for our youth in Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you.
That concludes the public comment portion for this meeting.
Thank you, Andrea. At this time, can I have a motion to approve our minutes as printed on the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
The property moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. The minutes are approved. This time, we'll have messages from our county executive.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mike Dever, Nicole English, and I had a really good meeting last week with Brian Zimmerman and Sean McDermott from the Metro Parks. The purpose was to talk about ways that we might work together to open up better access to the lakefront. In particular, we talked about moving forward with pedestrian and bike paths projects downtown on the North Marginal from East 9th to East 55th, in North Collinwood along East 156th Street, as well as projects in Lakewood and Rocky River. In addition, we discussed the possibility of putting a path through the underside, the second level of the Detroit Superior Bridge. Some of you have probably seen the second level of the bridge. Our Public Works Department periodically opens it up for tours. The path would connect West 25th to West 9th. And most exciting, the views from that underside of the bridge are spectacular. The Metro Parks has been a great partner, and we agreed to prioritize a meeting with Mayor Bibb and Grace Gallucci at NOACA. We've got a ways to go, but this bridge project could be truly iconic. Director Dever is planning to provide an update on our overall lakefront plans at a future Public Works Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Legislation introduced by council. Consideration of a resolution of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2022-0017, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County non-bargaining classification plan.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources, Appointments, and Equity Committee. Committee report and consideration of a resolution of council for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? If not, all those in favor of suspending the rules say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2022-0001, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County non-bargaining classification plan.
Move to adopt. This resolution, Mr. President, was heard in the Human Resources, Appointments, and Equity Committee on November 18th. Albert Buchahines presented on behalf of the Personnel Review Committee. 10 items were routine maintenance of the class plan. 1 item is a new classification, a Crime Stoppers Coordinator. The position is currently not filled, but should the county determine to continue to use this coordinator position, it is appropriately classified in the county's class plan. The committee approved this request under second reading, adoption under suspension of the rules. I'll ask for your vote of support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consideration of an ordinance of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Ordinance 2022-0001, making confirmable by council the appointments of the Directors of Child Support Services, Children and Family Services, Cuyahoga Job and Family Services, Family and Children First Council, and the Fatherhood Initiative and Invest in Children, and Office of Homeless Services, as well as the Office of Reentry and Senior and Adult Services.
This item will be referred to Human Resources, Appointments, and Equity Committee.
Council President, at this time, Councilmember Turner requested her name be added as a sponsor.
Add Councilman Turner's name. Thank you. Legislation introduced by executive.
Council President,
Yes.
make sure that your microphone is on. Thank you.
Okay. Consideration of resolutions for first reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2022-0018, amending the 2022-2023 biennial operating budget for 2022 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations, appropriation transfers, and cash transfers.
Move to adopt. Mr. President, my colleagues, this is the regular agenda of amendments to the biennial budget, and the answers to our questions to OBM have been returned and are on your desks. The items are mostly routine transfers, appropriations of grants, and other appropriations. Notable is the appropriation of $2,454,105 to appropriate the remaining private donations received for the UPK, Early Childhood Education Program. I recommend passage on first reading suspension.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it.
Resolution 2022-0019, accepting the report containing findings and recommendations of fact finder Robert M. Lustig regarding negotiations between Cuyahoga County and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, Ohio Council 8, AFL-CIO, Local 27, for a collective bargaining agreement covering approximately 207 employees in various classifications at the Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Cuyahoga Job and Family Services, and Office of Child Support Services for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2023.
Move to adopt. This item was previously discussed in executive session, and I ask for my colleagues' support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it.
Resolution 2022-0020, approving a proposed settlement in the matter of Lipman et al. Versus County Executive Cuyahoga County et al. United States Division Court, Northern District of Ohio, Eastern Division, case number 118 CV02985.
Move to adopt.
Second. Tron?
Moved and seconded. This item was also previously discussed in executive session, and again, I ask for my colleagues' support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it.
Resolution 2022-0021, Resolution 2022-0021, approving a proposed settlement in the matter of Dion Brooks individually and as administratrix of the estate of Shone Treywick et al. Versus Cuyahoga County et al., United States District Court for the Northern District of Ohio, Eastern Division, case number 121 CV387.
Move to adopt. Moved and seconded. This item as well was previously discussed in executive session, and again, I ask for my colleagues' support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2022-0022, extending the appointment of Interim Director of the Department of Human Resources, Sheba N. Marshall, to June 29th, 2022.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2022-0023, authorizing a contract with Co-File Technologies, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $3,264,300 for a cloud-based records management system and support and maintenance services for the Fiscal Department, Transfer and Recording Division, commencing upon contract signature of all parties for a period of 5 years.
This item will be referred to the Finance and Budgeting Committee.
Resolution 2022-0024, making awards on requisition 6408 to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $5,330,000 for family-centered support services for at-risk children and families for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2023 for the various providers A through K as listed on the agenda.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2022-0025, making awards on requisition 6690 to various municipalities and providers in the total amount not to exceed $7,138,350 for the Community Social Services Program for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2023 for the various municipalities and providers A through AA as listed on the agenda.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2022-0026, making awards on various requisitions to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $123 million for out-of-home placement and foster care services for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2023 for the various providers 1 through 57 as listed on the agenda.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2021-0290, approving an additional right-of-way exhibit as set forth in plat number M5036 for the replacement of Jefferson Avenue Bridge number 0057 between West 3rd Street and the Cuyahoga River in the city of Cleveland.
Mr. President, on January 19th, 2022, Ms. Nicole English of Public Works came before the Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee. This is approving a request for approving right-of-way exhibits for the replacement of the Jefferson Avenue Bridge over the Cuyahoga River at West 3rd Street in Cleveland. The funding is 100% from the County Road and Bridge Fund, and there's a need to approve the right-of-way exhibits and legal descriptions, and then the county may proceed to acquire the necessary approvals to allow the property rights for the project, and I would ask for my colleagues' support on this legislation.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Council President, I'm sorry I didn't hear. Can we get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Resolution 2021-0291, authorizing a contract with SMG Huntington Convention Center of Cleveland in the amount not to exceed $989,350 for lease of space at Huntington Convention Center of Cleveland and the Global Center for Health Innovation, located at 1 St. Clair Avenue Northeast in Cleveland, for jury duty operations for the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas for the period August 28th, 2021 through June 30th, 2022.
Mr. President, on January 19th, 2022, we had Public Works Director Mike Dever, as well as Common Pleas Court Administrator Greg Popovich and Fiscal Officer of the Court of Common Pleas Colleen Brown come before the Public Works Committee. This is a request to authorize a contract to extend. It's an amendment, actually, to continue a contract through June 30th of 2022, result of the ongoing pandemic and COVID-19 crisis. It's use of space to organize common pleas jurors and to conduct jury trials, and it's 100% funded by the general fund dollars, and it's essential to allow our jury system to continue working in Cuyahoga County. It's worked wonderfully since it was put in place as an emergency measure by yourself, Mr. President, and I would ask my colleagues' support.
Great. Councilman, would you officially make the motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second, Sean.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Name added.
Let's add Councilwoman Conwell's name.
Councilwoman Conwell, we couldn't hear you. I don't think your microphone is on.
Yes. Can you add my name? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2021-0292, making awards on requisition 4593 to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $11,092,322 for funding for one-time capital and programmatic costs to support delivery of services to persons with serious mental illness with co-occurring substance abuse, or substance abuse and addiction for the period January 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2024 for the various providers A through G as listed on the agenda.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, this was heard in committee last week. These are the funds out of our opioid funds, which we have just over $70 million left. These are for direct services for those with mental problems, as it's stated, and specifically care and treatment of those with addiction. I would welcome everyone to support this.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2022-0005, confirming the county executive's appointment of Paul Hertig to serve on the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board for an unexpired term ending June 30th, 2022.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. This resolution was heard in the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee on November 18th. The committee discussed to confirm the appointment of Director Paul Hertig to serve on the Cleveland Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board for an unexpired term ending June 30th, 2021. Director Hertig will fill the vacancy left by Ted Carter. The committee approved this appointment under second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. I ask for your support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2022-0006, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Moselle Jackson to serve on the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities for the term January 27th, 2022 through January 22nd, 2026.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you again. This resolution was heard in the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee on November 18th. The committee discussed to confirm the appointment of Moselle Jackson to continue to serve on the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities. This is a reappointment of a second four-year term. The committee was pleased to approve this appointment under second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. We are grateful for her willingness to continue in this service. I ask for your vote of support.
Aye.
Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2022-0009, authorizing revenue generating agreement number 2140 with the City of Cleveland Heights in the amount not to exceed $600,000 for maintenance and repair of storm and sanitary sewers located in Sewer District number 17 for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, Ms. Nicole English came before Public Works on January 19, 2022, to discuss this legislation authorizing a revenue-generating agreement with the City of Cleveland Heights, not to exceed $600,000. This is the same dollar amount from 2021. It will allow the county to utilize its resources to assist the City of Cleveland Heights for sanitary and stormwater sewer repairs, and the revenue-generating agreement is a direct billing agreement with a quarterly invoice. And I would ask for my colleagues' support moving forward on this piece of legislation.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Mr. President, could you add my name to that, please?
Add the councilwoman's name.
Resolution 2022-0010, making an award on requisition 6057 to Medical Mutual of Ohio, doing business as Medical Mutual Services, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $285,376,490 for group health care benefits for the county employees and their eligible dependents and Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2024.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
This resolution was also heard in the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee on January 18th. Human Resources Interim Director Sheba Marshall requested an award to Medical Mutual for group health care benefits for county employees for a 3-year term ending 12/31/24. The committee approved this request under second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. I ask for your vote of support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Resolution 2022-0011, making an award on requisition 6057 to Caremark PCS Health, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $53 million for pharmacy benefit management services for Cuyahoga County employees and their eligible dependents and Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2024.
Move to adopt.
Second, Schron.
This resolution was also heard in the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee on January 18th. Interim Director Sheba Marshall requested an award to Caremark CVS for pharmacy benefits for county employees for a 3-year term ending 12/31/24. The committee approved this request under second reading, adoption under suspension of the rules. I ask for your support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2022-0012, making an award on requisition 6836 to Medical Mutual of Ohio in the amount not to exceed $1,459,171 for stop-loss insurance services for county employees and their eligible dependents and Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
This resolution, which was the last to be heard in the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee on November 18th, Human Resources Interim Director Sheba Marshall requested an award to Medical Mutual to stop-loss insurance services for county employees for a 1-year term ending 12/31/22. The committee approved this request under second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. I ask for your support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2022-0014, authorizing a contract with Passages Connecting Fathers and Sons, Inc., in the amount not to exceed $1,065,476 for the implementation of the Cognitive Behavioral Interventions for Offenders Seeking Employment program for moderate and high-risk level offenders who are unemployed or underemployed for the period July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2023.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, this was heard in committee last week, and I think the reading of the clerk best summarizes the legislation. We would welcome support for this.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2022-0015, authorizing a contract with Child Care Resources Center of Cuyahoga County, doing business as Starting Point, in the amount not to exceed $1,900,000 for out-of-school time services for youth for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. This matter was heard in an Education, Environment, Sustainability at its time last Wednesday, and what this addresses is the out-of-school time for youth services. The youth are given many opportunities in summer, after school, for professional training, creative programs, and it's really stimulating for these kids, and ask for your support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2022-0016, authorizing an agreement with Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County in the amount not to exceed $1,639,104 for fiscal agent and program administration services for the Early Childhood Mental Health Program in connection with the Invest in Children program, and it's for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2023.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. This matter was heard in Education, Environment, Sustainability as well last Wednesday. This is a program that addresses mental issues, health issues with really young children. And Adams Board, if this goes through, will serve as a fiscal agent for the program. And we're learning about different ways we can help these little ones.
Right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consideration of an ordinance for first reading and referral to committee.
Ordinance 2022-0002, an uncodified ordinance establishing a COVID-19 testing policy to be applicable to all county executive employees.
This item will be referred to Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee. Miscellaneous committee reports.
Mr. President.
Any committee reports?
My colleagues, the Finance and Budgeting Committee, will meet at its next regularly scheduled time on Monday, January 31st at 1 p.m. to hear the update on the ERP project from the administration, and we will also meet on Thursday, February 3rd at a special time of 10 a.m. to hear the report from our consultant, Zig Persons, and we may try to also include one or two of the pieces of legislation that's been referred at one or the other of these meetings if we can fit it in. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, Public Works, we're going to hold the slot open possibly for the county Public Works Director presentation possibly, but we're trying to see the logistics and coordinate on that. So we'll hold it open. If something should change, we'll let folks know.
Mr. President, safety will meet Tuesday. We don't have legislation, but as timing being what it is, Mr. Applebaum will be presenting the information on the jail. We can in-depth go into the concerns that were raised today. You received a bullet point from me and a packet of the last meeting that details the information of what the committee recommended, and I would imagine by the time the legislation gets to us, everybody will be satisfied that all the I's have been dotted and the T's have been crossed, and if any concerns are still there, we'll deal with those as we get to it. But it'll be Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
Mr. President, over here. The Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee will meet on Tuesday, February 1st at 10 o'clock.
Jack, you got anything?
No, sorry.
HHS will meet on February 2nd, Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and we have a presentation as well as the items that were put forth this evening.
Yes, thank you, Councilwoman.
Any other committee reports? All right. If there are no more committee reports, is there any miscellaneous business?
You got it.
Not, if nothing else holds our attention. Our meeting is now adjourned.